But it's interesting because people think, oh, well, it's super, it's my money, I should be able to access it. But it's simply not that easy.
The main thing about super is it is there for your protection in the future.
Hey everyone, it's Louise and James from the Property Education Company, and we are talking about, can you use your super as a deposit to buy a house? We get asked this question all the time, so we thought we'd address it. So, James, tell me what you know about this scheme.
So this scheme came into effect by the federal government in 2019, and there's a few key points about this scheme. A lot of people think that they can just access their super, they've had their employer pay it for a while, and they just think they can grab their super and like, cool, that's now my deposit. It doesn't quite work like that. So I want to touch on a few bits and pieces. So it's called the FHSS scheme, which stands for the First Home Super Saver Scheme. So how this works is you can only take out what you've voluntarily contributed. So your employer puts in 11% of your gross wage. So you can only contribute up to $15,000 extra on top of what your employer is already contributing each year to be used in this scheme. So you can do this over the course of 3 years, and then you can take up to $50,000 out, minus tax, but plus the earnings that you can get from your super. So
Oh, the
another,
super on that amount of money.
yes, exactly, on the super on that amount of money.
So what they're trying to say is you can't contribute 50,000 today to super and then take it out, only pay 15% tax and then take it out and use it as a deposit. No, that.
Exactly.
And a lot of people think, oh, look, I'm 50 or whatever, because there's a scheme for people under financial hardships can also access this scheme. But once again, it's not for people just to access their super, it is to actually access your voluntary contributions, the extra you have put in.
Yeah, so let's touch on that point. So this, as the name says, it is usually for first homes. So depending on the financial hardships, such as natural disasters, divorce, illness, a few other things that we can talk about, if you're interested, if you want to reach out to us about, if you overcome one of these hardships,
Still suffering from.
still suffering, whichever one it is, you can access this scheme and under the specific hardships that you're in. And we just justify that as we go through, and it's part of our note taking. As you know, as you get older, you're not going to be working, as hopefully we will retire at some stage. Some of us,
I don't think people are retiring less and less, actually. It's
I know, we're all working harder till the day we
longer.
die.
Well, it keeps life interesting too.
Exactly. The super is there to protect you long into the future. It's not there to just be dipped in as you use. It is there for you. So we try not to advise people to just go willy-nilly with their super. And there are stipulations in place to protect you, which the government's been doing. But I want to mention,
However, there
yeah.
might be other schemes available to people who, particularly single parents or other people in different circumstances, the regional schemes, etc.
Yeah.
So ask us about them because there might be something else that might be able to help you.
Exactly. But there's one really particular point of this scheme that I wanted to mention, Louise, and it's you don't actually have to be an Australian citizen or an Australian resident for tax purposes to access this scheme. So visa options. We can look at people who are making voluntary contributions who are on visas, as you can possibly be using this as a deposit. Now,
That's
remember,
cool.
that's really, really cool. And there are a few key points that you need to take. And there is a journey with this. It's not, I can do this today. It does take a few years for this to operate, as it does when building any sort of deposit. So if you're interested in talking to us about this and your particular position, feel free to give us a call or a holler, and we're more than happy to discuss your particular situation that suits you best.
Great. Okay, take care, everyone. Bye.
There you go.